What type of game is Project Cars 3? Well, my name is Daniel, and I am just a casual sim racer. And today I'm going to be going through that and hopefully answering some of your questions and walking through some of the questions that I had and had to do some research on to really understand whether I should buy Project Cars 3. Well, there's no practice sessions, no qualifying, no pit stops, no fuel consumption, and no tire wear. Project Cars 3 is no longer a racing game that chases realism. So what is Project Cars 3 chasing after? You know what's funny is I had already written this script a while back. And then within the last 48 hours, I've watched Jimmy Broadbent and several other YouTubers such as SimRacing 604. And the question that keeps coming up is, what is this game for? Slightly Mad Studios and Codemasters are looking to have Project Cars 3 compete against Forza and Gran Turismo in the simcade and casual racing market. This is not a bad thing, but it is disappointing, especially to those of us who, were expecting the Project Cars 1, 2, and now 3, that reputation and lineage to continue. Well, it's not going to. We can see some of the frustration expressed in the official Project Cars YouTube channel released the Project Cars 3 Hot Lap number 1 with the 2019 NTT IndyCar at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca video on July 17th. That video has received 935 negative reactions and only 646 positive reactions. This video shows some of the frustrations that the sim racing community has, and I think rightfully so. However, in some ways, Project Cars 3 is not the game that sim racers need, but rather the one that some sim racers deserve. We've seen it, the hate that Project Cars 2 got over the last several years, calling it, just a trash game and, a simcade in a mean way. So, it's frustrating that, Slightly Mad Studios let that get under their skin, but it seems like they did. And now we have Project Cars 3, completely different game. Really, Project Cars 3 should have been called something else. Probably Project Cars Rivals, maybe Project Cars Legacy, I don't care. Something different, because the Project Cars lineage is being broken and something new is being placed in front of us. That's just one of my thoughts. A major concern of mine, however, is that a criticism often leveled at Project Cars 2 was that the inconsistency of its handling, with different cars across its roster. The problem now, though, it seems like from initial impressions, is that a lot of the cars are very similar and too consistent. You can take a road-going Supra and a Group C car, and they're going to feel eerily alike. And that's the result of, other experienced sim racers trying out these games, reviewing them, and finding out, this really isn't what we wanted. We wanted unique, high-quality cars, not every car to feel almost the same. I hope that Project Cars 3 works out, and I've gone back and forth on pre-ordering the game. Ultimately, I've decided I will not be pre-ordering the game, and I'll be waiting for reviews to come in. One thing that makes me worried is the fact that I've heard the AI is pretty slow. And if you're using a wheel, you might be a bit OP. As a sim racer who I'm not going to use a gamepad, I'm not good at gamepads, to be straight up honest. I'm not going to buy Project Cars 3 to use a gamepad with. That is not my appeal. That seems to be one area of the market that Project Cars 3 is targeting. And if that's the case, and it's pretty much purely an enjoyable experience on a gamepad, that I will not be purchasing Project Cars 3 at all. I hope it ultimately works out, and even if there is a rough launch, I hope Project Cars 3 and Slightly Mad Studios are able to iron out the bugs. And I hope that those of you that decide to purchase the game have a great experience, and if that's the case, I'll jump right in with you. I wish this the best. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some great things to think about, maybe helped you with your decision as going forward. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Oh, and if you feel like, you enjoy this content, then why don't you subscribe and, you'll get notifications about future content. Well, thank you so much. Have a good one.